The upcoming playoff clash between the Buffalo Bills and the Denver Broncos isn't just another game, it's a collision of two fundamentally different kinds of football faith. On one side, you have a team built around a singular, transcendent force of nature. On the other, a collective unit operating with the synchronized efficiency of a machine. The question isn't simply about who will win, but which philosophy will prevail when the season is on the line. After witnessing the Bills' brutal, heroic escape from Jacksonville, the answer is crystallizing. This isn't about systems or matchups in a traditional sense. This is about the undeniable, magnetic pull of a player who has ascended beyond the roster sheet. The Buffalo Bills can go into Mile High and win for one irreducible reason: they have Josh Allen, and in a tournament setting, that is the ultimate ace in the hole. What we saw in Jacksonville was more than a victory, it was a testament to will. The environment was hostile, the opponent was arguably the hottest team in the league entering the playoffs, and the physical toll was apocalyptic. Allen didn't just play through a sore foot. He absorbed a knee tweak that sent him to the medical tent, later returned for a concussion evaluation, and finished the game shaking out a hand slammed against the helmet. Through it all, his demeanor never cracked. The defining moment, the play that encapsulates his entire value, came with the game in the balance. Jacksonville sent Devin Lloyd on a blistering, unblocked blitz. A mere mortal quarterback takes that sack, or desperately throws it away. Josh Allen, with Lloyd's helmet aimed squarely at his jaw, elected to take the full brunt of the hit, set his feet in the storm, and launched a 36-yard seed off his back foot to Brandon Cooks. It was a throw that defies conventional quarterbacking logic, a blend of physical arrogance and pinpoint accuracy that only a handful of humans on the planet can attempt, let alone complete. That's not a play you scheme. That's a play you survive, and then you marvel at. This is the core of the Buffalo Bills' identity. They are not a flawless ensemble. The receiving core, while fiercely defended by those who watch them weekly, lacks a prototypical, dominant number one option. Khalil Shakir is a versatile and reliable piece, Brandon Cooks is the savvy veteran who knows how to find soft spots in zones, and Dawson Knox provides a solid safety blanket. But this is not a group that strikes fear through individual matchup nightmares. They succeed because of the player delivering them the ball. Allen elevates them. He did this against a Jacksonville defense that led the entire NFL in interceptions, a group that feasts on mistakes. For 4 quarters, against that opportunistic unit, he played a clean, surgical, and brutally tough game, culminating in a fourth quarter where he went 9 for 11 for 103 yards, calmly dissecting a defense built to create chaos. He is the scheme. When he is on the field, bending but not breaking becomes a viable defensive strategy, because the offense always has a chance. Speaking of that defense, its performance is the perfect complement to Allen's heroics. It is a unit comfortable with ceding yards, particularly on the ground, but possesses an uncanny knack for making the critical play when the field shrinks. They lost key contributors during the Jacksonville game, yet the next man up mentality held firm. The embodiment of this is the rookie safety, Cole Bishop. He is not just playing, he is appearing at the precise moment required, a player with an innate sense for the ball whose game-sealing interception off a tipped pass was the culmination of a day spent being in the right place. This bend but don't break philosophy works specifically because the offense, led by Allen, is almost always a threat to score. The defense's job is to get a few stops, force a field goal instead of a touchdown, and create a turnover or two. They did exactly that in Jacksonville, and it was enough. They don't need to be historically dominant, they need to be timely, which allows Allen's superhuman capacity to close games to become the central narrative. However, the challenge in Denver is categorically different. This is not facing a hot team, this is facing a prepared, rested, and deeply motivated machine. The Broncos have known this opponent was coming for weeks. Their final regular season game against the Chargers was a vanilla, base-level operation, a clear sign that their entire focus had already shifted to the playoff canvas. They are healthy, coming off a bye week, and playing at home in the thin air of Mile High, where the crowd provides a tangible, decibel-based advantage. Furthermore, they possess the single best defense in football, a unit that is fast, athletic, and complex. They are not merely a collection of talented individuals, they are a system engineered to eliminate big plays and frustrate offenses into mistakes. This is the antithesis of the Jacksonville model. Where Jacksonville relied on opportunistic ball hawking, Denver imposes its will through consistent, suffocating execution. Their defensive line, featuring the criminally underrated Nick Bonitto and the stalwart Zach Allen, is a nightmare for offensive coordinators. They are built with the specific athleticism required to contain a player like Josh Allen, to spy, to contain, to collapse the pocket from multiple angles. This is the kryptonite theory in action. To neutralize Superman, you need a defensive front with the speed to match his chaos. The Broncos' confidence is not unfounded. They have the personnel, the game plan, and the emotional fuel of a team seeking revenge for a decisive defeat in Buffalo the previous season. They want to get back. They relish the underdog role at home, a potent motivational cocktail. Their offense, led by the impressive Bo Nix, is more than capable. He carved up a good Jacksonville defense earlier in the year, demonstrating poise and precision. But this is where the comparison reaches its critical juncture. The Buffalo defense Nix will face is statistically the best against the pass in the NFL. The chess match between Nix and the Bills' defensive backfield, with its zone rotations and disguised coverages, will be a fascinating subplot. Yet, this game ultimately transcends the matchup of Denver's offense versus Buffalo's defense. The game will be decided by the inverse, Buffalo's offense, specifically Josh Allen, versus Denver's legendary defense. This brings us to the ultimate calculation. Denver has every tangible advantage: rest, health, home field, preparation time, and a superior defensive unit on paper. They have the perfect plan. But sports, especially playoff football, have a way of rendering plans obsolete in the face of individual greatness. The Bills' offensive line, anchored by the mountain that is Deion Dawkins, is playing its best football at the perfect time. They are healthy and cohesive, providing Allen with the necessary fortress from which to operate, even if only for those crucial extra seconds. The run game may be stifled. Denver boasts the league's second-best rush defense, but Buffalo's success was never predicated on establishing the run. It is predicated on Josh Allen making plays when plays must be made. When you analyze who has beaten Denver in Mile High this season, the blueprint is there. It requires efficiency on critical downs, perfection in the red zone, and a quarterback who can add an unscripted dimension. Trevor Lawrence provided that for Jacksonville. Now, Denver faces a version of that archetype who operates at a higher, more physically imposing altitude. Josh Allen is that archetype perfected. He is the variable that cannot be fully accounted for, no matter how many weeks of film study and preparation a team employs. Denver's defense will win many of its battles. They will pressure him, hit him, and likely contain the Bills' offense for long stretches. But in a one-game playoff scenario, all it takes is 2 or 3 moments where the plan breaks down and the player takes over. The throw against Lloyd in Jacksonville was one of those moments. Allen is a factory for such moments. Therefore, the conclusion becomes self-evident. The Broncos are the better, more complete team from top to bottom. They are the logical pick. But the playoffs are not always a logic puzzle. They are often a stage for the illogical, for the heroic, for the player who simply refuses to let his team lose. The Buffalo Bills are not traveling to Denver as a better squad. They are traveling with the single most powerful weapon remaining in the tournament, a quarterback who is part powerhouse, part magician, and all heart. He is playing on a sore foot, with a banged-up knee, and with a hand he can't fully feel. And none of that will matter when the game is in the fourth quarter and the season is on the line. The setting is perfect for a legend to be forged. The mile-high air, the hostile crowd, the best defense in football, it's all just backdrop for the main event. While Denver has built a magnificent machine designed to win a championship, Buffalo has something more potent for a single Saturday night. They have the one guy who can break it.